Ashley asked me if I'd write her a song, so I wrote her a song for her awesome show. Her show is cool and it's lots of fun, so get your popcorn ready, everyone. Who will she interview on her show today? The Jonas Brothers or Nick Lachey? It's the Awesome Ashley Show. The Awesome Ashley Show. The Awesome Ashley Show.
Hi, welcome to the Awesome Ashley Show. Today I have Nate and Justin. They are brothers. They are from Bear Fitness. Nate.
Essentials Fitness.
Thank you. I can't pronounce the name, apparently. I apologize for that. Thank you for filling in. But thank you guys for willing to come in today and talk about exercises. Now you guys own the business, right?
We do. Yep.
When did you guys decide to open your own business?
About 6 years ago.
Yeah.
We had talked about it. We'd always talked about it when we were kids. And then just going to school and life got in the way. And then finally we came back to the idea and both quit our jobs and went for it.
Now, were you both into fitness at the same time? Or, like, how did that all combine? Like, was Nate into one at one time and then you were into fitness one time, or were you both into fitness?
Actually, I was a little bit lazier as the older brother. I played sports, but I wasn't really into working out. And then he got into it as a little kid, and he kind of pushed me to do it towards the end of high school. And then I got into it. It was a good outlet for us as kids. And then I went to college for kinesiology, and he always has just been super into it, and kind of got into mixed martial arts and more into working out and learning all kinds of stuff. And, we just decided together that it was a good fit for us, and you think it can be a good thing for people in general.
Now, that was another question. Do you guys have to go to school to be to be a trainer? Or?
In the state of Maine, you actually don't have to be certified to be a trainer. You probably should be, and yes, we're educated, and we have certifications in school for it. So.
But in the field, I think learning from other trainers and just experience also ties into that a lot as far as how good you are.
Now, has anyone come to you that with a disability to your the gym to ask for help with exercises and stuff?
We haven't necessarily had anyone with disabilities. We had a lot of back problems, neck problems. But we welcome people with disabilities to come because we certainly know how to handle that. And when I was in school, I had a lot of experience working with people with disabilities. So.
Because I've been to gyms in the past, and I've had help, with exercises and stuff. But I always wanted to work with my legs and stuff, and they always told me no, we can't do any. So I didn't know if we could if you guys could work around it if possible. I mean, if someone came to you, because I have cerebral palsy, so I can only work the top part of my body.
Yep.
My legs do work, but not as much as I want them to. So I just like to keep that mobility, up, so I can at least transfer and stuff.
Exactly.
So, do you guys have any exercises that you can show the audience, that we can do here? I brought some weights with me, and I didn't know if you guys are willing to show the audience some crunches or whatever.
Are you ready to show them how to do it? That's
Yes.
You're going to be doing the exercise and we're
Yes.
not. Yeah, for sure.
It's my day off.
If you want to grab those, if you want to hold one in each hand.
Do you want both? Do you want me to grab both or just one at a time?
Yeah, go ahead and grab both.
Okay.
And you're actually going to let your arms sag right outside, straight down. And we're going to keep that neutral grip with the palms facing, and you're going to curl them right up to your shoulders. And now you're going to press them right up over your head. Now reverse the motion, right back down, and straighten the arms back down. Good, and just keep that going. So here we're actually working the biceps, the forearm, and the front delt quite a bit. Pretty dynamic exercise. That way we're not just working the single joint, we're taking it into a multi-joint movement there.
I think if you could just knock out about 105 more.
Yeah, that looks a little light for you, but it's good for demonstration purposes.
You have another one that you could show
Yep,
us?
so that works the bicep, the front of the arm, and it works the front delt. If we want to work the back of the arm, let's just take one. You can, leave the other one hanging at the side. Press your arm straight up over your head. And we're going to kind of pack the shoulder down just a little bit, straighten that arm right up. and we're going to let the arm drop back and straighten back up. This is going to work your tricep, 3 muscles right in the back of the arm. So now we've hit both sides of the arm, yes? And one more that we can do, going back to your shoulders for your side delts, because we worked the front deltoid already. If we put those right down, and now we're going to raise them straight out to the side and back down. Good. Bend the arms just a tiny bit as we come up so they're not completely straight. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
right here, bend just a little, and now raise them straight to the side.
High as
Should
you
feel
can.
that right on the outside of your shoulder.
And that 2 pounds with this feels a lot heavier, doesn't it?
Yes.
So those are 3 exercises right there that
Okay.
will work. All of your arm and the shoulders. So
That's pretty awesome. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Do you have any leg exercises that you think someone in a wheelchair could do? I'm putting you on the spot. I'm sorry, but
No, it's actually, it would all depend on us seeing what they were capable of, so we'd have a feeling out process. We do it with every client that comes in. We have to do an assessment, see how their body moves, where they are, and gear a program specific to them. Right now, for you, I'm not, again, I haven't worked with you, I
Right.
don't know. But if we wanted to work the front quad just where you're sitting, it's just extending the lower leg and bringing it back in, and that's going to work all of the quadricep muscles. But again, we'd have to kind of see you move, see what you can do, and then we could gear something toward you. So if anybody wants to come in, we could easily work with you and figure out what you could do, and we could base the program that way.
that's awesome. So you're saying someone could like set up an appointment with you and come in, and you guys can go from there. Do they have to fill out like any paperwork or whatever? Like how does that process work?
The first time that they would come in, we would assess them, so that there's no charge for the assessment. It's for us and them. It's for us to see what they're capable of, what they need, what their goals are, and then we take a look at how they move, what we would have to design for them.
That's
If that
awesome.
makes sense. Yeah.
Is it hard for you guys to own your own business? I mean, what part is it like stressful to own your own business? Because I've never owned a business, so like that was one of my questions.
Starting a startup business is stressful. And in our field, I think the most stressful thing is it's not like a cheeseburger. So if you want a cheeseburger, it's like, I want a cheeseburger, I go get it, and it's awesome. But in our business, everyone wants results, get stronger, lose weight, whatever your goal is. But the unfortunate thing is we have to somehow dupe them into selling them the work that it
Yep.
takes to get results. So a lot of the times getting people motivated, finding what works for them.
And then sometimes are they motivated at first, and then like eventually down the line they're not as motivated?
Have-
Does that happen?
do you think?
I actually find the opposite. Just because
Really?
usually when somebody starts, if they get results, that motivates them. So when they get results, they're more likely to be like, oh, this is awesome, it's working. It's usually, for a lot of people, the motivation at first to get, if that makes sense.
Now, were you guys athletes before you guys started your own business? I mean, before you guys started to be trainers?
Oh, very athletic. Not really. I mean,
High
but
school
we-
athletes, yeah.
But nothing beyond there.
What is your favorite hobbies besides like doing training? I mean, is that all you do is do training, or do you guys have other stuff you guys do besides training?
We're both married, and we both have 2 kids, so that takes up a large portion of our time beside that.
How do you guys like the snow?
I don't.
That's not as. I like it because I get to go skiing, so that works my muscles.
If I skied, I would love the snow.
We
but-
never did winter sports growing up, and we still don't, so it's just long and cold.
So if you have kids out there, get them into winter sports. I played basketball my whole life, so now I don't play basketball. I just don't know what to do. Ice fishing, that's my next step.
Yeah, I was hoping to go skiing tomorrow, but I'm not sure because I heard it's supposed to be like really bad, so it takes us
See,
like
the
2 hours
snow's even
to
messing
get
that up.
there. Yep. So.
So maybe you don't like the snow. You're mad at the snow.
But this is another question I was gonna ask. Like I was really sore after like I went skiing. Like that usually happens. But is it because I don't work my muscles like train as I should, or like?
Yeah, I mean, even it depends on when it comes to working out too. You're depending on what you're doing for a physical activity. If your body is not used to that, you're probably gonna get sore. It's just people who come to us that run all the time will tell us, I only want to work upper body. I don't want to work my legs. They're plenty strong. But running is a small range of motion for the legs. If you're not doing squats or lunges, we have them do that, and they end up extremely sore, and they're confused. But again, your body's not used to moving through those ranges
Because
of
I
motion.
was extremely sore,
Yeah.
like in last 2, because I went skiing not last week, but the week before, and I was like completely sore. I'm like, okay, did I like break something or something? But I knew it wasn't from breaking anything, because I've
Yeah.
been skiing before, so I knew it wasn't from that. But I think it's from me not working my arms enough
Yeah.
to.
As an example, and I hate to admit this, the first time I played golf in the spring, I get sore. And that's thought of.
I wouldn't want to admit that.
It's true though. It is. Like you just do things that are different that you're not used to, and your
Yeah,
body-
so when people do training, like, because I know some people to run and stuff, so do they come to you sometimes and say, I'm doing a marathon and I have to train my legs? So does that really happen? Like, do they really come to you to train their body to do the exercise?
Yeah,
do-
that's part of our whole assessment process where I was telling you people come in because we want to find out what's their goal, what do they do, because obviously if somebody comes in and they say, I play hockey, or somebody comes in and they say, I run cross country, we're not going to train them the same way.
Right,
We're going to
right.
train them specifically for the movements
Exactly.
and what they do. Yeah.
for a runner specifically, especially a long distance one, what we would work with them on is a little bit of strength as far as like it would apply to when they hit hills and stuff like that, and also injury prevention, because if you're a long distance runner, you're going to run into a lot of overuse injuries. So our job is to try to, yes, make them stronger and hit the hills better, but also.
But you also don't want to, because obviously you guys make sure, like, if they had surgery or something, you also don't want to injure whatever they had. So
Yeah, and our whole
I'm sure that's what the paper,
a big part of our field that people don't look at as much, yes, we're there for improvement, whether it be sports improvement, strength improvement, but trying to reduce the amount of injury. So that injury reduction part is very important too. 'Cause
It's
you can hurt
boring.
people.
But it's important.
do you guys ever, like, make it fun for clients? Like, I don't know.
Never.
Like,
Never. Yeah,
never
that's the challenging part is
Is
you're
to make it
trying
fun.
to make them,
want to do it.
yeah, you're trying to make them think they're not exercising even though they are. They're having fun, and
Yeah.
it's more of an activity than, here we
I
go
always
again.
wondered if that was a challenge for trainers out there.
It is, and I think making sure that your short-term goals are realistic and can be achieved, and then, yes, have the long-term goals here, but just focus short-term. What can you do with still feeling good, keep moving in the right direction? A lot of times people make the mistake of just going too hard right at the beginning, and then they burn out and quit. And obviously that's not going to get you to your long-term goal.
Now, how did you guys meet my friend Sam? Like, how did you guys connect?
She actually just came to the gym. I think she came in with one of our contractors a few years ago.
Actually,
Because I'm
a
giving.
few years ago, she came to the gym to, I believe, one of my classes because she was friends with one of my good friends. And that was the first time she came, and then she remembered us for some reason and came back. So,
I thought she went to Lisa's.
did she?
I don't know. I could be making that
She
up.
told me that she came to one of my classes. That's what or maybe my classes, she thought of it as the whole gym as mine. Like, because I own it and I'm awesome.
Could have been. Probably that
So,
would be my guess.
so you co-own it, but so who decided to like open? Was it you or was it you that decided to? I want to do this. Do you want to do it with me?
It was kind of both of us, but I guess it was me who got the ball rolling because I had a career for 10 years, and I just got to the point in life where I said, I'm going to be trapped here, and I don't like it that much, and I called him, and I said, hey, remember what we talked about before? What do you think? And he was like, let's do it.
Because he called me after I was a musician for like 10 years, and it was really fun, and I did some cool things, but it was kind of towards the end where I was realizing I wasn't going to be a professional
You
musician.
know what's funny is when you walked in the door, that's automatically what I thought. I'm like, he must be a guitarist. Just the vibe, just the vibe I got when I first met you. I'm like, he must be a guitarist or was in like a band or something. Cause
Yep. But I still do it for fun. But
That's good.
he rescued me from trying to get rich doing it. So
is there anything else that you think we missed?
I don't know. I think you did a pretty good job. I like the
I think
questions.
we hit about everything.
I mean, we could probably make you do a few more sets and all that, but we'll do that later. How's that? Off air.
You can do that. It doesn't like bother me any.
think those are too light. We need to upgrade. I
Yeah.
think that's what the
So
issue was.
I wasn't sure, because like I said, I wasn't
No,
sure
it's fine.
what weights
It's
to bring.
demonstration.
So,
It's all good.
because these are the ones I got from home, so I wasn't sure like how many weights. Sometimes when I go to the gym, like sometimes I use 2, sometimes I use 5. I guess it depends on the day that I'm having. I don't know.
You don't want to get too sore today
Right,
if you're trying to go
exactly.
skiing.
Right. So there's nothing else you guys want to add, like any stories or anything?
Any stories?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think it's just talking about fitness, what we said, the more you can try to make it a fun activity, the more likely you are to stick to it. I think it's becoming more popular, but the way that we set our place up, it's very different from a traditional gym. It's not all machines. It's not all set up for you. It's you kind of figuring out your body
What
and
you
having
want
to move.
to do.
It's almost like you're a little kid again, like you're a
Right.
kid on a playground, but we're using it as exercise now because you notice when you go to playgrounds as you get older, it's not as fun. It's more work.
Well, awesome. Thank you guys for coming, and I just
Thanks for
wanted
having us.
to thank Sam for letting me connect with you guys.
Thanks, Sam.
Because it took me a while to find someone willing to come on to talk about training. So thank you, Sam. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. Spring is almost here, hopefully. It's funny because I like the snow, but I want it to go. I mean, I like the snow for skiing, but I want it to go away.
have a while.
If that makes any sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
But thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I did. Thank you. Bye.
Everyone, who will she interview on her show today? The Jonas Brothers or Nick Lachey? It's the Awesome Ashley Show. The Awesome Ashley Show. The Awesome Ashley Show. La 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 la. Ashley asked me if I'd write her a song, so I wrote her a song.